What's good, family? World War III, bro. That's where we at. Your peace president, Donald Trump, has failed in multiple facets. Failed at stopping the Ukraine war against Russia. Failed, I thought he was the peace president. He's failed at keeping peace with the Iran conflict. I just heard that the state of Israel just attacked Iran capital. Those that say they are Jews but are not. So now, this is, June the 13th, 2025. Interesting times. Then your peace president just sent hundreds of U.S. military to Los Angeles. War without and war within. That's what I'm seeing. That's what I'm feeling. What happened to peace? He sold the Americans the okie doke. This is a time of war, bro. So, I'm looking at some variables. This is definitely a time of war. Brothers need to think about who close to them, who matter. Because this going to get down, I think going to get down into the streets of America. You got, it might start with the ICE raids and all that. So can't y'all see war within, war without? Yeah? Second Esdras. I'm like, yo, this is happening. They F with Iran, bro. I'm up here looking at, I ain't looking at this moment. Let me see here. They struck the capital of Iran. But I thought you was doing, see, this, you can't trust the white man, bro. I mean, it is what it is, man. Whether they're Europeans or Americans, you can't trust these people, bro. I mean, it's all about lying and bombing people and acting like you're doing one thing. But, this going to happen here, bro. It's going to be, I anticipate more inflammation here in America. And it's going to really be a hot summer. So, you got food, I done seen shortages in the store, dollar store and stuff, and I went up in there. I could see whatever sales they have, all these illegal immigrants immigrants or whatever, and not all from, say, Mexico. A lot of them is from these Arab countries that America has bombed and terrorized and funded the genocide of their countries. Now, but they're going to let them here. So you're going to bomb their country and then let the survivors come to your country. This is all set up for a civil war. Like the movie that came out last year, Civil War, bro. Purge. It's kind of like the forever purge, man. War within and war without. This year, bro. Woo! So now I'm looking, it's near midnight. Something told me to check out, YouTube and a few different channels. I'm like, So all this stuff that Trump been talking about, we in negotiations with Iran, that's all bullshit. Forked tongue, bro. So people say, oh, well, that's Iran. That don't mean nothing. Man, you seen how he said yesterday or the other day, emptying out the bases in the Middle East, emptying out the military bases. In other words, removing certain personnel from the military bases. I got to follow this, bro. I don't know. I think this is going to hit home, bro. Because I don't know. These are some times right here, man. I'm prepared. I'm mentally and spiritually prepared. It's war. It is what it is. Let's do it. Because I'm prepared for whatever, bro. Every day, I walk up and down the street, you got to be situationally aware. It's a war with your own brother, your own people. Nigga want to try to rob you, that's war. Police rolling up on you, that's war. You don't know what this white dude gonna do. That's war. It's always war. But it ain't like the famine yet. It ain't people breaking in houses yet because of lack of food yet. But it's the war pieces. This is like World War III, bro. We look at the big stage on a macro level, macro level. You step back and look at the whole big picture. The micro level is here, your neighbor, the food shortages, eventually the military on your streets. All this is just culminating at the same time. You put the U.S. Army or Marines in Los Angeles, and I heard of other cities, right before the state of Israel attacks Iran, because you expecting, you understand me, uproars of the people. Man, I'm telling you, bro, straight out the pages of the scriptures, bro. I do not care who don't believe in the scriptures. That's you. I don't care about that stuff. I don't care what people don't believe, bro. I'm preparing my mind for what's popping. He said, in those days, prepare yourself to the battle. So Persia, which is Iran, is going to be one of the countries that's going to kick Babylon's ass, which is America. So we're going to see what happens, man. This is some interesting times, bro. It's prophecy, bro. So I'm just like, man, we got to see what's popping. The narrative that's going to be spent is that, and Iran is, you can't believe the damn narrative, man. They going to lie to you. You ain't never going to know the truth. I don't care about the Iranians. I'm just saying that this is a very big trigger point, and Iran is a very important country in all of the major players of the game. You know, it's important to China and it's important to Russia. And, you know, America sent back, well, we didn't do it. It was the state of Israel. But who's funding the state of Israel? Then I look at all of the freedom of speech. You can't say this and that or else that's anti-Semitic. What the hell happened to freedom of speech? They basically, I'm going to be honest with you. I think that America is in the stages of the physical authoritarianism, meaning that your rights gone. Take a dump on your rights, flush it down the toilet. When you have ICE raids, they doing indiscreet, as I understand. I ain't sure about all this from what I'm hearing, and, you know, heard a few people, you know, they doing ICE raids on Mexicans. She's like, yo, we're legal citizens. Look at my, you know, passport. Look at my birth certificate. Doesn't matter. So you're like, well, damn. What about civil rights? So, you know, what was it? They had took all these Mexican families as belongings and stuff, but they actually was legal citizens. So it was like when they go get their stuff back, the officer said, oh, well, I don't know, a month or two. Dude, that's your rights don't mean shit no more. That's how I look at it. I'm thinking about a few steps ahead. That's going to filter back to the blacks. You understand me? Because we always have been a main target. You understand me? So I'm already on the defense about that. You know, I'm pivoting this way and that way, but I already see that that's what it really is. Right now, it's focused on the Hispanics because it's under the cloak of immigration and getting the illegals out of here. But then if you're not even focusing on the real illegals, you understand me? It's like they cause this problem by letting them over here so they can have a reason to go house to house and door to door. I don't buy it. That's the BS. At this point, it's war. That's how I look at it. At this point, I'm looking at every day. Because every day with this dude, he's a liar, man. The president's a liar. He flip-flopper. He going to stop the war of Russia in the next 24 hours. Since Trump been in there, it's been they try to get Putin up out of there. I'm like, damn, this nigga said he was going to stop all the wars. If I was to vote and I actually cared about the continuation of this country, I would have voted for him based on what he said. By your words, you justify, and by your words, you condemn. A man's supposed to be a man of their word. But what he said out of his words that came out of his mouth is that he's going to stop all the wars. Well, he ain't did it. You'll improve the economy. Well, he ain't did it. So I'm like, oh, wow, if I was one of those white folks that voted for him, I'd be pissed off too. I see why they riot and stuff. I see why people, his own people is divided against themselves because you did the okie doke. So it's gonna be a war between the whites and the whites, and it's a war between everybody. Blacks and whites, blacks on blacks, whites on whites. Hey man, I think the main trigger that's gonna affect here in America is gonna be the food and the empty shelves. And maybe a pandemic, or maybe a real pandemic, something like that, or some kind of combination thereof. Man, bruh. Yo, it's on, bro. I look at it now. When I look at all these pieces, I'm looking at the war in Russia's intensified. The threats of going into Iran, but you're supposed to be in negotiations with Iran. You said that Iran can have, 4% enrichment but now you take it back. Oh no, they can't have none. Like, nigga, you ain't nothing consistent about this dude. Then you got students who are speaking against the genocide that the Israeli people, Jewish people, are committing against the Arab Palestinians. And people here in America, students who rising up, they get kicked out of class and they get expelled. You know what I'm saying? Like, and deported. What happened to free speech, bro? Legalized citizens or legalized people with green cards. So free speech, in my opinion, man, and you don't see no rising up people. You can't speak against this, you can't speak against that. Man, this is the authoritarianism right here. Well, you can't speak. What happened to free speech, bro? Trump ain't supposed to be able to have troops, like American troops, or some law or constitution. I was listening to some judge or some other dude talking about certain laws that, you can't, you're supposed to go step by step. You can't just, this nigga said, I said it, so let it be. This nigga, it's like King Trump, bro. So, yeah, this place is going to be on fire. I don't perceive this being a calm year right here. I perceive this being, this is like a acceleration point. You could probably see outages. They keep talking about outages and all that. Power outages. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, bro. I'm looking at it like, Most High guide me, Most High protect me. These are days. I'm like, you never know what's gonna happen, but I'm looking at seeing and the pieces to the puzzle. I'm like, wow, man, this is happening. The fall of America internally, bro. Internal fuckery, bro. You understand me? And it's just all unbalanced. Like, this dude Trump cannot be this stupid. I don't think he's this inept. Or maybe he is. Dang. I don't think he is. I know that the people that's behind him, the deep state or whatever, like, he can't be doing all these promises and just be fucking up on all the promises. You understand me? Like, he can't be this inept. Or maybe the dude is. Maybe he's just a good liar and a good BSer. And he BS his way back into the presidency. Because the dude be flip-flopping, man. I'm going to stop the war in Russia in 24 hours. And it's like, nigga, it's 5 months later. He still ain't stopped the war. Now you're trying to make demands on Russia. Like, dude, everything be flip-floppy. Oh, Iran, they can have a certain amount of nuclear enrichment, but they can't have this. Okay, and then Iranians say, okay, yeah, we can agree to that. Oh, no, but now, 2 days later, I changed my mind. Damn, nigga, what? I'm going to improve the economy of America. All right, sounds good, so we vote you in. Then he put all these tariffs on all the countries. Like, damn, nigga, I thought you was going to improve the country, improve the finances. This dude's failing on multiple fronts, bro. We need to stop that genocide that's happening in the land of Israel. Oh, now you're just going to keep funding and giving them more money and bombs to bomb the civilians. What the hell, bro? Nigga's a liar, bro. Period. So, hey, man, he did a good sales pitch, man. If I cared about America and I wanted to move forward, I would have voted for Trump, like I said before. But now I'm like, wow, this guy, man, you know, what's World War III, bro? You go bomb the capital of Iran, bro. But not the United States didn't do it. The state of Israel do it. So they can point at Israel and say, but no, we got to go in there and we got to support them. Why the fuck we got to support? Because these people, but that's the setup. That's the okie doke. Israel, the state of Israel. You know, that's another thing, man. You know, the Most High, these people, according to the Most High, they're the synagogue of Satan, according to the Most High's word. They are those that say they are Jews but are not. And it's like even they defiling the name of the Most High children. You see what I mean? Like you taking on yourself as though you are the children. It's blasphemy. The Most High said that is a blasphemy of those that say they Jews. You taking on something that you ain't. And you, by you doing all these sinful actions and things that, you know, genocide and bombing children, you having the world blaspheme the name of Yah and blaspheme his land, his legacy, which is Israel. According to scripture, these are not the children of Israel, but they took on the name. So, yeah, sure, maybe some of them is here and there, but nah. The Most High said he was going to take all of his children of Israel from the four corners of the earth and personally place them in the land. Personally, by force, when he personally, the Messiah personally comes down back on the earth and personally subdues all of the nations of the earth and then personally plants his children into the land. So if he ain't personally did that yet, then what do you conclude? According to the Most High scriptures, that these ain't the people of the book. So therefore they are what does it say that the Jerusalem, the land is going to be trodden down or bombed or, you know, trodden down by Gentiles until the time of the end. So I tell you about the process of elimination. The people that combine it with the other scripture, that they are the synagogue of Satan, that's what they are, according to the Most High scriptures. So this is why we're seeing all this uproar and stuff. Oh boy, that's anti-Semitic. No, that's just the scriptures. So yeah, they defiling the land of the Most High and defaming his name of his children, you know. So it's crazy, but you have like a white Christian evangelist or something that we got to support Israel. But what about the scripture that say, who are the people that say that, who are the people in the book that God said say they are Jews but are not? You can't just assume that these people are the people of the book. The book says they ain't. But who am I, man? Just some dude on YouTube. I ain't no, white Christian evangelist with thousands of members. And, I'm just some black dude in the hells of Babylon who know a few scriptures. You know what I mean? But I'm going to tell you, man, this is what I foresee, man. I done had dreams about rising ups and like armed things happening, like, skirmishes of the people, like, like military, not military, but like armed action amongst the people here in America. That's what like one day you just chilling and all of a sudden people there, like that's how it was in the dream, Yeah, man, like people eventually just gonna take arms, man, and go take it what they want. They go organize and they various whether it be race, whether it be neighborhoods, they go organize. So I say, brothers, get your mind right, get your spirit right. I don't see, bro. I haven't looked at all of what I'm gonna keep following this, but basically, man, World War III, bro. And I don't think America got too much longer. We have this internal strife, sedition and all that stuff here in America. And you got that with the ICE raids. And when you look at it, they doing that to the Hispanics in certain places and all that as a pretense. Oh, we got to get these illegals out. Why all of a sudden you got to do that? Why all of a sudden you got to do that? That's to divert you from what they doing in the land of Israel, which is on a major level. Really, you messing with nuclear powers because they cool with Russia. I wouldn't be surprised. I would not be surprised if Russia did some kind of nuke against Ukraine to set the table or something like that. It's some heavy stuff, bro. Because Russia is got more nuclear weapons and better nuclear missiles than America, and America is going to war with Iran through the state of Israel. You see what I mean? China also is cool with Iran. They need oil from Iran. So basically, Iran is the what do you call it? Linchpin, the elbow, the linchpin that Russia need and that China need. And so I don't know what's gonna happen on that macro level. However, on a door-to-door, everyday level, I'm just looking, man. I'm pivoting, man. Wisdom and knowledge will be your stability in these times. It's gonna get when it get to the level when it be like people out here run out of food and all that. That's when you're gonna probably see people purging and all that. We have to see what happens, man. I just seen that news. I'm like, wow. And the other day, Trump said he had talking about moving thousands of troops out of the military bases. That tell me it was going to be some kind of attack. But they're going to blame it on the state of Israel. But you, just like you fund Ukraine, you've been funding the state of Israel. Your billions of tax dollars, Americans, while your streets are more raggedy, while you're getting a pathetic public school education for your children, your leaders have been sending billions of your tax dollars to fight these bullshit wars. And Americans are so zoned out of their mind, and drugged and obese, and don't give a damn. Zombified, bro. So Americans ain't really gonna probably be rising up until their benefits get cut off, food get reduced. You know, me stuff like that, man. Americans are really like it's like that movie Soylent Green. Soylent. I think it was Soylent Green. And oh man, that movie was depressing. But that's kind of how Americans is, man. Just dried out. And it got to get to that level, man, where people just y'all probably want to watch that movie, man. It was messed up. That movie was messed up, but my point is this, brothers. It's wartime, bro. More than anything, I say mental war. But it's going to get into the physical, and neighbor going to rise up against neighbor. And so, I don't know, I felt compelled to drop this video, man, because basically, this is World War III, bro. Your peaceful president has brought America into 3 war. Well, he doing a financial war against the world, which is going to destroy the dollar. It's like this guy got to be in there on purpose, for the purpose of actually destroying the country. Like, because can't nobody be this inept. You can't be that much of a BSer. I'm like, dude, you say you're going to stop the war, and like you act like you can't do nothing about stuff. Like, you're not making sense, bro. You want to improve the financial system, but then you do things that undermine the financial system. Putting super tariffs on China, like where you get all your stuff from. You know, we still have not seen the effects of that. They say that a lot of the stuff is not even shipping here. And I've seen that in the dollar. So I'm like, dang, these shelves is empty. They're faced, like I used to work at Target, and we used to face the products, like bring all the products to the front so it looked crisp, you know what I mean? And but yeah, the stuff is faced and it looked nice, but you could look behind the stuff, this stuff ain't in there. It's lacking in the amount of stuff that's in there. So I don't know, man. I'm just sitting back. I'm gonna watch to see what happens. I just felt compelled to do this video. Y'all tell me what y'all think. Tell me what y'all see out here. I'm not in LA. I'm in Detroit. However, you brothers that's out there in that area, let me know what's going on. You know, I ain't never been under military occupation. Yo, bro, it seemed like they just like flushed civil rights down the toilet. Flushed the right of free speech. You allegedly still got that right to bear arms, bro. I don't see them taking away that. But, you know, people was protesting. That's their right to protest. I mean, I don't know what was going on there, but as I understood, the governor, if they have they got riot police and all that stuff, and all that could be handled locally. As I understand, Trump went above the mayor, not mayor, but maybe went above the governor or whatever and did his own thing because I say so. Like, dang, nigga, what happened to the law, bro? I think they doing a purposeful collapse of America, bro, inside and outside. So we're going to see how, man, I'm just interested to see what happens tomorrow or the next day. People just pacify. They don't understand. This is some interesting stuff, bro. I just want to see what this next chapter of the next phase here, man. But that's pretty heavy, bro. The state of Israel attacked and killed a couple of the top officials in Iran or something like that. You understand me? So I'm like, yo, that's like somebody attacking America's top officials. What do you think America would do, bro? So I'm like, yo, and I just remembered that Russia signed some kind of agreement, mutual defense agreement with Iran. So we got to see what Russia going to do about this. Because as I understand, I said I don't know all the facts, but as I understand, the state of Israel, the Israeli people, sent they did a strike first. So this is some interesting stuff. Interesting stuff, bro. It's very huge because when you look in, what is that? Micah talks about the Persians and the Assyrians. Yes, I mean going against Babylon and stuff. So it's a lot of, I think that's in there, but in that particular. But yeah, this off the books, bro. Out of the book, excuse me. So yeah, man, just I'm excited in a way. I'm like kind of nervous in a way, but I'm excited. I'm like, let's go. I felt the spirit. I'm like, yeah, let's go. It is what it is. So I'm just gonna do it day by day, man. And brothers, stay strong, man. I don't know how many more of these broadcasts we can do, man. You understand me? They might, get rid of me off here. You know what I mean? But yeah, I'm just gonna keep these bad boys up there, man. You know, most I willing, I'll be able to kick these reports as I see them as I feel compelled to do so. But yeah, I think this is huge. Tell me what y'all think, man, in the comments section or whatever. Do a response video. Or, just let me know and send it. You can email it to me too. But I think that we in World War III, bro. Well, we've been in World War III. But the whole question was, and has been like what has been the main trigger point, pivoting point is about Iran. That's been the main, and so it's like America did this attack on Iran through the state of Israel so they can keep their hands clean. Same thing as Ukraine. America had been attacking Russia through Ukraine. It's the same bullshit. You understand me? That's why I say about 2 years ago, America's at war with Russia. People they don't care, man. People don't care, bro. I don't know, man. I don't know, bro. The American people don't even rise up. I don't even know when they go rise up. They stay pacified, bro. As long as they can see like some new stupid ass trend or so what's memeing, what's trending, or I don't know, man. Americans are like dead, man. Like dead mentally and. Like America, like you got other countries that rise up against when bad things happen. They say, no, they don't even be armed countries. Stand up, when they have protests and stuff, man. Americans, man, pacified, man. Americans are, as long as they can eat, as long as they get bread, circus, the old Roman, give them bread and circus, man. As long as they can play and eat. They ain't gonna revolt. So until their bellies get touched, man. Other than that, these fat Americans, they gonna be pacified, man. He continue eating their GMOs, man, and calcifying their doggone pineal gland, bro. And take their vaxes, man. You understand me? They don't care about nothing, bro. As long as they can, you know, you chronically watch porn, and as long as they can, you know what I'm saying, check who like they photos on Instagram and get that stimulation, mental stimulation. They don't care about nothing else, man. These Americans are cooked, bro. God dog, man. These Americans are cooked. Your country is funding two wars, man. What? Your president is the one who said he getting us out of all these wars and this entanglements. The nigga's a failure, bro. I mean, he did. You give him time because, he had to clean up Biden's mess. So I was like, man, just give him time, a few months. This nigga got us on attacking Iran, bro. Like, that's bad, bro. Nigga, what you doing, bro? Oh, we didn't do it. Israel did. You funding them, bro. And this is the only way. It's and it can't. And it ain't going to stop because the dude, Netanyahu, he's a criminal. And he, who is the president of the state of Israel, he's motivated to keep war going because his ass going to prison if the war stops. It's all perfectly rigged to be a effed summer, bro. It's all perfectly rigged to be a effed summer. And we going into the summer, the 20th of June? So I look at it, man. I'm just like, stay close to the Most High, man. Stay prayed up. Because look, man, we all had to meet our Maker anyway. So just try your best to stay clean. And, hey, get close to the Most High, and whoever is important to you, make them important to you. Whoever ain't important, you understand me? They ain't important. I think it's time to clamp down like that, man. So I'm just, many of us brothers who watch and see what's going on, a lot of times you probably don't really got nobody you could really trust like that, in the regular life, because, man, a lot of our communities, man, they headed by females and a bunch of bitch-made simp dudes, man, and it ain't like the 50s and 60s when you had black families and black males leading the families against the white system and all that. It's like, now, man, you just on a solo, bro. Niggas don't like each other and, broken families. But so you might have to go on this thing solo is what I'm saying, And you'll be in the hand of the Most High. But you ain't solo if you're in the hands of the Most High, yeah. So, but it do feel like it sometimes too, for me too. So it is what it is, man. It's like the more knowledge and wisdom you get, the less you can tolerate being around stupid people. People probably gonna start seeking out your wisdom and knowledge now, though, because for those of us who know all this kind of stuff, they be like, "Oh, what's going on? What's going on?" But man, it's like you ain't here already, and you ain't, I ain't really caring about trusting these people, man. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you're not in the circle already. It's kind of like, can I really trust this person? You know what I mean? So we've been seeing these movies. Purge. It's interesting. I'm going to see what happened, man, from this point forward. Because with Trump, man, it's a flip-flop day by day. You don't know what the hell is going to happen tomorrow. And, you know what I mean? This is a real unstable dude. So, man, they had an attempt on, what's his name, Putin's life, the president of Russia. This is some crazyism right here, man. Like last week, was it? Or 2 weeks ago? But of course, then, man, bro, it's been a lot of accelerative stuff happening. So scripture do say you gonna hear about wars and rumors of wars, but see that you don't be troubled, man. But we seeing wars and rumors of wars like a mug, bro. People rising up of the people. You gonna see that. Sedition among people. People riding in. yeah, I'm gonna sit back and chill, bro, and see what happens and prepare for the worst. Interesting times, man. Your feedback is important. Let me know what you think. Thought I'd just put this out there. Peace, brothers.